Hello, it is the 6th of May. It's Monday, and I'm coming at you because I received in the mail, um, very happily so, a copy of Romantic Warriors 4, Krautrock Part 1. Thank you so much, Adelaide, and Jose, the executive producers, for sending this to me for review. They are the producers of the series Romantic Warriors on Progressive Rock. I've seen part 3, which they sent to me, and I'm just coming off of spending 2 hours watching this, and I just can't wait to share some thoughts on it. Adelaide Schmidt and Jose Zagara Holder are the producers and directors of this series, Krautrock. This is a labor of love, and this is excellent. What it's part 1, because to tell the whole story, I mean, it's like, boy, they could do a bunch of parts, but this starts off wonderfully. I want to definitely say that it's a super plus that the documentary starts off with a new band. This is his history. As you know, the whole thing about German rock from the 70s coming out of the 60s, German rock disconnecting from just imitating Western rock, the birth of this truly German sound, and how it in turn has inspired and influenced the rest of the world. It's historical, but I think it's really important that they start off by referencing a current band, Electric Orange, who I'm really not that familiar with. But I think it was a very astute move, the way that this is definitely history, but brings it all back to the present moment, what's happening. I think this it was as recent as 2016, the videotaping they did here. The other immediate standout deal about this is that it's not a lot of rehashed old clips and footage that you tend to see. There are some Krautrock docs that you can catch on YouTube that were made several years ago. And it's wonderful that you're not seeing just a rehash of what you see there and see a lot of. The interviews are new. It's so wonderful to see probably one of the last interviews with Jackie Liebezeit. They dedicate this to him and others who have passed recently, including Roy Albright, and I forget the others. This is absolutely a wonderful documentary. And I love how it starts with Can and goes deep into Can, because there are the bands that are like cornerstones of what you would call, and it wasn't a movement. It wasn't a planned movement. It was something that just happened and needed to happen. But Can, and the way that, Ermin Schmidt's new interview on here, how he talks so clearly about what he was up to and what it's related to. It's just fantastic. I also really appreciate how they feature the band Flo de Cologne on here. Now, that's one German band whose records I've never owned. Whenever I heard them, it was just so Germany, and it was so, obviously, to my ears, not about the music. It was very it was like theater, which, come to find out, that's exactly what Flo de Cologne is about and continues to be doing to this day, which is awesome. I really like the comprehensiveness of this. The past wrapping up with the present. Krautrock, has been a controversial term, although it was, a tongue-in-cheek title to a Faust song, which is where it really got started, I'm sure, But to use that as a term to identify a whole stream of music that is immensely important is absolutely well established on this in part one. I can't wait for part two. I mean, it's like we haven't even gotten to bands like Amandul, on yet. I mean, there's so much Kraftwerk, the approach to telling their story on here is excellent. The other bands that this one features are Neu, Faust, La Dusseldorf, and I think it's definitely important how, as well as Can, they feature Damo Suzuki's network, the present moment, and how the spirit of what connected him to Can in the first place hasn't changed in the way that Damo works to this day. Then there, like I said, the band Electric Orange is on here. Japandorf, which was what Klaus Dinger, I believe is the name, was working on when he passed away from La Dusseldorf. And so that's why it's Japandorf. And then they ended up, I think, boldly with a new band from America, WUME, WUM, a reference to the farm studio, schoolhouse or whatever that Faust was able to get out of their original deal with Polydor Records. It's a fascinating story, and the music is fascinating and totally inspiring. And this is my stuff. I have a lot of these records, but not all of them. Like, for example, I don't have the debut La Dusseldorf album, but I've got the most popular one, the Viva, the one that's apparently sold the most. And then the next one after La Individualos, which I quite like. I really like it. I think it's really good. I pulled some. I didn't pull everything, because this is my music, and I highly recommend. Thank you for sending this to me, folks. This is definitely one that is. Grab this Krautrock Romantic Warriors 4. This is a fantastic 2+ hours. 2 hours. It's a 2-hour documentary. It's excellent. But of course, they talk about Neu. And I got turned on to this stuff. I'm so glad that I got turned on to it when it was happening. 1972. My friend Paul, he had the UK pink cover of this, which he gave to me. And like an idiot, long ago, God knows what I did with it, It was probably beat to hell. But, yes, it was like, I could hear it even then. It was the rhythm, the glee in the playing. I have a white vinyl. I finally got one. And then this, two sides of Neu, and then Neu 2 on one album. On a double album, rather, on Brain. Yeah, to this day, it's like that music is fresh. And then here's a reissue of it, Rock on Brain, Hallow Gallow, Neu. It was just really a delight. Lots of interview footage never seen before. Never, I pulled my Can, because, Can, I love how Malcolm Mooney gets to tell, monster movie Malcolm Mooney. Had I ever thought that? I kind of wondered, But their most successful and, again, groundbreaking to me album, Tagomago. This is an original. United Artists, baby. I've had these records forever. Soundtracks. Oh man, Can is a band. I've got pretty much the primary stuff. The more recent consumer products like the Can singles, well, I don't have the income for that. I've got these originals though. Unlimited edition. Can Delay, which was actually the first recordings done that they talk about that they did before Monster Movie, and weren't released until 10 years later. Pardon the light, limited edition. And then this was recently sent to me, an original Can soundtracks on Liberty, Future Days, my original copy bought as a teen, or right out of, what was it, 74? Yeah. And this was my, oops, I get excited. They're okay. This was my introduction to Can, Iggy Bamyazi. And it's not my original copy, but it's an original English with the insert, with the original in the sleeve. Here's my other month soundtracks. And I saw that, oh yeah, Landed. Here's one I recently added to the collection on vinyl, never had it. Talked about Soon Over Babaluma. I like this, indeed, and I do agree with Jacques Libezite. Oh, you just gotta watch this, you know. You gotta get the, yeah, don't let me be doing spoilers. This is packed with information and music. Cannibalism. Yeah, got a ton. Right Time, when Malcolm Mooney came back with him. A couple good decent songs on here. Bootleg, Live, the BB series. And then these, which are two of my least favorite Can albums, but I've got them. Out of Reach, Can, Radio Waves. I'll just grab right quick, because Kraftwerk, my Kraftwerk is right here. I don't have as much as I'd like, and actually had some ripped off from me. And some Kraftwerk records actually stolen from me. But I used to have Kraftwerk 1 and 2, but I still have 2 on Philips. I think this is, again, another just mesmerizing, and nothing else like it at the time. And my friend Paul, this was his copy, he gave it to me. We listened to this in high school, my senior year of high school. I was listening to this, getting stoned to the max. Walls melting with this music playing. Ralph and Florian. Excellent. On Vertigo. Then I got to see Audubon when they first came to America. I saw them with Pavlov's Dog opening. But I got to see the Audubon done live. It was so cool. Really groundbreaking stuff. Man Machine. I think I have to get Radioactivity. Or maybe it's in here. But here's Computer World. Music Non-Stop from Electric Cafe. Then Aerodynamic with a remix by Hot Chip. I like this. Kraftwerk. Here's Electric Cafe. That was pretty much, he was saying the end. And I was wondering, oh yeah, I do. I thought I had Radioactivity. I have Radioactivity. Kraftwerk. And I think that Anita sent this to me from Poland. Kraftwerk early live recording, bootleg. Neat vinyl. And what else do I have here? Some 12-inch singles, The Robots. This one is Showroom Dummies. Yeah, I like Kraftwerk. I love this whole genre. The Telephone Call. Yeah, very influential on hip-hop too, as you all know. And then Neon Lights. This is on glow-in-the-dark vinyl. So that's some Kraftwerk. And then of course, they hit Faust. We've got some Faust. This is my stuff. Along with Genesis, these are like cornerstones, bands of my... yeah. These are like cornerstones of my collection, these bands, along with Genesis and King Crimson and Miles Davis. and a few other folks. But Faust's first album, this is a reissue on Recommended Records. But I do have the original one, Polydor, that came out on black vinyl, which can be hard to find. Faust so far, there's the reissue, and here's an original German pressing. This has all the inserts. My original, because I had this as a teen, I got rid of the inserts a long time ago. Faust tapes. Yeah, they talk about this, and it was revolutionary. Boy, that turned some heads. Then Faust 4, just fantastic. This is my stuff, and I'll just quickly show more of my Faust. Rabibando. Frischspiel, however you say this. Munich and Elsewhere. You know Faust. They talk about all this, and then I have more, because they talk, again, you gotta see it, it's wonderful. Faust, Something Dirty. Bought this one in Hamburg, or the city that they're from, Cologne. C'est compliqué, when I was on tour. It was just really, it's just, oh, wow, a Faust record in their town they're from, and I don't have it. You gotta buy it. Faust with Nurse with Wound, Disconnected. This is a strange one. Patchwork. Not so much a remix, but a patchwork. Faust with Dereck. And I've seen Dereck. Hip hop. Very good. Faust Wakes Nosferatu. Here's one that involves members of Faust on Cubico, Turku, Finland. I forget which. Hans Joachim Ermler, yeah, from Faust is on here. So then this recent one, Fresh Air, live. Yeah, and so, yeah, thumbs up, big thumbs up. This is, I really think that this is some really important music to discover. And I would sincerely encourage folks who generally don't go anywhere near stuff like this to check it out. It's history. It's a reason. There's a reason why this stuff is so historic, you know. Wipe the slate clear of your expectations and just dive in musically and discover how wonderful this German-based music is. Okay,